I'm here again. Today, I'll be teaching you on how successful in transportation industry, which I'll be targeting two sets of people. One of them, the one that have zero capital to invest. Why the one that have money to invest? Yes, sir. So, not until you have money before you start a business. I told you. And it's also when you have money you can start a business. But before I go, or before I start my teaching, I want you to know that there are set of people which my teaching is not meant for. Number one of them, if you are the type that is looking for fast money, it's not meant for you. If you are the type that you don't have patience, you can't endure for a 5 year for you to make millions, it's not meant for you. If you are the type that you don't care about your family, you don't want to go away out of poverty, you love poverty, it's not meant for you. But this video is meant for those who have positive minded positive people. And also it's meant for someone that want to wage war against poverty, and so on and so forth. Now, number one, I will be using a particular person that has no money, nothing, and want to be successful in the what, in transportation businesses. There are some, they've been doing it already, but they didn't get it right. While there are some, they just want to start it, they just go and learn it, but nevertheless, anyhow it is, just follow me. You see, there are some things you need to put in place. Number one, if you are in the industry before, you've been doing the transportation already, you understand, you have two options. Number one is either you look for someone that will give you an higher purchase, it will be more better. And if you didn't see higher purchase, you just help to drive Marwa, you understand. I will be using Marwa as an example, you understand. It's good, but it takes times than if you have someone that will give you higher purchase. They will buy it for you within 2 years and a half. You pay off the money, and the Marwa will belong to you. Now let's go. Number one, nowadays, currently, some of them do give out higher purchase like 7M, 7.5M. Yes, sir. So, and when you are able to pay off the money, yes, sir, the Marwa belongs to you. Now, you have two targets when you see someone that will give you this higher purchase. Number one, you must have it in mind that you want this Marwa to be yours in good condition. That is one. After 2.5 years, you want it to be your own in good condition. Number two, there is target that you must set within that 2.5 years. Aside that you are paying for them, returning their money back, yes, sir, you must set a target of certain amount of money that you within that 2.5 years, because we are talking about transportation. There's a lot of money there. Now, I want to notice some times too before we move forward. You know that we are going to be using this. We have 52 weeks in a year, which is 130 weeks in 2.5 years, because we are going to be using 2.5 years as the first step. Number two, we have 313 days in a year without Sundays. We omit Sundays. There are some, if you are eager, you can make use of your Sunday, maybe half, maybe full, but we omit Sundays. Yes, sir. Now, half years, we know that it's going to be 26 weeks. Yes, sir, which is 56 days or 157 days. Now, the next thing now, you have collected this Morua. Yes, sir. Your target must be that after you pay your weekly money to the owner, you must target that every day after eating, you must make a target that you must be setting aside 2,000 naira. Go and ask people that do it. After they pay for the owner, normally it's usually 70,000 per week now currently. As at 2025, mostly you collect minimum 70,000. Some people collect more than that per week. But your own target is that aside giving the owner his own money, his or her own money, you want to be giving 2,000 naira per day. That's our target now. Now, in this scenario now, you have started, right? The 1st January to June, this is what you will do. Yes, sir. Your 2,000 naira in 6 months gave you 314,000 naira. Aside the owner money that you are giving him, 2,000 naira in 6 months give you roughly 314,000 naira. And this is what you do. If you could look up, there are some lists I put there. Those are the instruments that will support you in achieving this your aim. Number one of them is that you are going to make use of fixed accounts. Me, I personally use wallet accounts like OPay, PalmPay, MoneyPoint. I will see explain on that. You are going to use DPO of any area you are. You are going to use tracker. You are going to use chairman of the park that you are using. You are going to use default agreement, yes sir, and also prayer, and also you are going to use guarantor, and also you will need a mosquito net during the whole year that you'll be using. And then lastly, no Android phone for that year. You only have to go and get a torchlight. No Android phone, because Android phone will distract you, will ask you to waste money. I know what I'm saying. Let's go. The first 6 months is 314,000 naira. Yes, sir. While you are paying the owner his own money, aside 2,000 that you are paying, you are keeping. Yes, sir. Now that 6 months, what are you going to do with the money? You fixed that 314,000 naira into an OPay account or PalmPay. Their charges, their fixed interest is start from 15% to 17%. Yes, sir. Annually or 6 months. This one now, you are going to fix it because we are targeting 2.5 years. The first set of money you gather for that 6 months is 314. You fix it into the account for 2 years. Just follow me. 2 years, which is going to give you at the end of the year 408,200. Now, let's move. Another 6 months comes up, which is going to be July to December. You are going to have 312,000 naira. Yes, sir. 312,000 naira. And this one, you are going to fix it in 1.5 years, because you want to set up, you want to make sure all the money is being ready at the end of 2 years and 6 months. That's why you are targeting all of you. You are making the first payment to be at the same time. So this one now, you are going to fix it to 1.5 years, which is going to give you 382,200. Jot it down. Take your biro. 382,200 at the end of the 2 years and 6 months. Now, the next 6 months that you work, you get another 2,000 naira per day. That's 314 again. You do the same thing, but this one you are going to fix it 1 year so that it will match up with those ones. It's going to give you total 361,000 naira 100. I'll still tell you how you are going to calculate it yourself. While the next 6 months, also 312,000. When you fix it, this one you are going to fix it for half year. What do I call half year? 6 months, so that it will meet up with that particular amount at the same year, all of them, which is going to give you 300. You fixed 312,000, and it's going to give you 354,400. Now, at the last 6 months, which is the 6 months of that 2.5 years, yes sir, that one you also keep to 312,000 naira. This one you are not fixing it, because that is the end of that era of that marua given to you as an higher purchase. You understand? Now you now calculate everything together. 408,200, 382,200, 301,100, 335,400, and then 312,000 naira. Altogether is now 1,798,900, and you have paid off the owner's money. At that stage, you own that marwa, and you also set aside 1,798,900. My brother, now at this stage you own the marwa. You know that when you are remitting money to the owner, the target is almost 10,000 naira per day. And now that you hold the marwa now, we will now bring it down to 5,000 that you'll be keeping. That what it might pass, but that excess you are going to use for another thing. You understand? Any excess that comes up, you use for another thing. Maybe to manage the marwa, to do that, you understand? But now 5,000 naira per day, that's your target. And you see the money, the 1,798,000 that you got, that one now, because all our aim is within 4 years. 4 years, we have used 2.5 years, it remains 1.5 years. So you see that 1,798,000 that you brought, that you gather at the end of 2 years 6 months, now you now refix it into OP account for 1.5 years. You get me right? 1.5 years. Now at the end of the first 6 months, when you start new, when the marwa becomes yours, the first 6 months that you gather, that's 5,000 naira in 6 months, it will give you 780,000 naira, because the marwa is now yours. Now that money you are going to invest it as well. You know, you feed the money that you gather during the 2.5 years. Now another 6 years, now that's why you are going to feast it for 1 year, which is going to give you total at the end of that 1.5 year that we are waiting for, to make everything 4 years, it gives you 879,000 naira. Now you start another June, which is going to be January to June again, another 6 months, it gives 785,000 naira. You are going to fix this one for half year, not 1 year, in order to meet up with the same day that you want to collect everything. Half year now, which is going to give you at the end of the 6 months, at the end of the year, 843,875 naira. Now another the last 6 months that you will now do, which is 780,000 naira, you are not going to fix this one anymore. You now calculate everything. By that time, all the 2 months that 3 months that you feed have due to collect, if you calculate everything together, it gives us 4,585,375. Yes, sir. The first one give you 889,843,000 plus, and 780,000 plus give you 2,502,875. The first one that you fit, which is 7.7, 1.7, you keep almost 90,000 aside. Then at the end of that 2 years 6 months, that one give you accumulated 2,082,000 naira. Altogether we have 4 million, almost 4.6 million we have now. Now after this, now at this stage, now you own a marwa. Yes, sir. At the end of 4 years, you own a marwa. You also have cash of 4 million, almost 600,000. At this stage, because our target now is 4 years, so we want to calculate everything at the end of 5 years. Now you get a new marwa. You get a new marwa, which you two are going to give out to another person as a higher purchase. Yes, sir. It might be either 3.5 million or to 4 million. That's the way you will get it. Roughly 4.5, which you have the cash on ground. Yes, sir. Now you give it to someone. It's either you use 3 million to give it out to someone, either 2.5 million or 3 million to give it out. Now you two, you are going to work for that 1 year. You want to work 1 year. Yes, sir. That 1 year, which is the same thing that you do 5,000 in 1 year that you do. Total everything with one you fit and you don't fit. Yes, sir. It gives you 1,623,847 naira. as in your own for another year that you do. The first 6 months you fix it, the next 6 months you don't fix, you pack it together, and the first year that the new marwa that you gave did, his first year is accumulated to 3,776,500. If you add it to your own, it give you 5,400,000. At that stage, which is end of that 5th year, you are going to sell that your old marwa, which is 5 years old. You know, I told you there's a way you use it because you know that it's your own. You don't use it anyhow. You understand? It's either you sell it 1 million naira at that time. It depends on how you, if you use it very well, they can even buy it 1.5. So now let's assume they buy it 1 million and you have cash on ground which is 5.4 million ground. So you are worth almost 6.4 million naira at the end of 50 years. Why the new marwa you give someone, it remains 1.5 years that person will still pay you. Now you want to calculate the value of the remaining 1.5 years that the person that you give is going to pay you, to just know your as in your stand at the end of 50 years. Now I will do there's going to be a calculation. I did the calculation gave me, yes, normally as the person is paying 70,000 per week, yes sir, and I'm trying to the first 6 months I fixed it, yes sir, and the next 6 months I did not fix it because I want to do the calculation. So it gave me 4,969,200. Yes sir. If I now add it to my current money, which is 6.4, it give me roughly 10,369,000. But my brother, come, there's another thing I want to call your attention to. You know, I told you that there are some instruments that you are going to use. You know, in the world of transportation, people are wicked. They are wicked to the nearest level. They are so wicked. But you too, you need to plan those things too aside. Number one, I said you are going to use either DPO or you look for an army. What you are going to use them for? You will write a letter to any DPO in your area, or you look for an army, that's right, which you are going to place the marwa under the person that he is the owner. But his own share is 500,000 for that 2 years, and for the 2 years and half year the person want to use to return the money back. Yes sir. Just to answer the name of that marwa for that year. If anything comes on, is one that will call them to action. Is either I will take you to barrack or I will go and lock you. Those are the things we need for him. Secondly, you make use of the chairman of that marwa park too. He's going to be under his own custody too. If he comes to work, if he doesn't come to work, if he's using the marwa anyhow, that one will be cautioning him that, you know, I'm the owner of this marwa. Yes sir. The army put it under my custody. The DPO put it under my custody. So if you do anyhow, report it to the DPO or to the army. His own money is 500,000 naira. And you know that you are putting almost 3 million on that higher purchase. And in life, if you learn how to chop only, you will ruin yourself. Learn how to chop and give order. Yes sir. That idea of bringing in DPO or army or the chairman of the park, placing them on 500,000 after the transaction, is good to go. They are not using their energy or anything just to monitor the guy. DPO is not going anywhere. Whenever they report to DPO, if anything happen to the man, he will just make a call. Oh yeah, go and bring the guy for me. That's all. So that you have rest of mind that even though it's animal that wants to come, when you know that this one is from NAMI, this one is from DPO, and also under chairman, we are doing this, you know, it will never misbehave. That is one. Two, you are going to need a tracker. When the person that first give you the marwa might not do all this, but you, when you started getting your own marwa, you do it. You get a tracker. You connect the tracker to your marwa. You insure your marwa. That's all. Another thing is that you use the fourth idea. Every month this guy suppose bring 70,000 naira, and he fail for the first week. The next week he fail. The third week they are going to revoke back the marwa with the condition that he's not owner of that, even though he has paid for 1.5 years. You put it on the condition that anytime you fought for 1 week, 2 weeks, the marwa is not yours, they will take it back and give another person. I know at that stage the person will not want to mess up because he has tried his best to do 1.5 years. You understand? Which although you might be lenient, but you need to just make him know that you are not playing. And another thing is that you are going to use guarantor. That person must be guarantor that will stand for him. And I told you, you must all throughout of that 5 years, you must not sleep in a house, even though there is AC there. You must be under mosquito net because you didn't want to fall sick. Your target is that to just wage a war against that poverty. You must not sick. No Android phone, just your touch phone, so that you will not be distracted. You will not be requesting extra money from you. No liability at that moment. Your target that 5 years, you want to achieve things in life. So my brother, now assume you didn't have anything. You start with zero. Someone give you marwa. At the end of 5 years, you are almost worth 9.3 million. Just imagine, because out of that 10 million plus, we are the 500,000 is framed for the DPO or the army and the chairman. Yes, sir. But sometimes, how do you want to do that too? Yes, sir. Number one, you let them know. Which one they will prefer? Is it weekly payment? Because you need to break the money down to weekly payment that the guy is bringing money to, that you be sending down to their own account. So I say, okay, I want him monthly. You divide the 500,000 on a monthly basis and be sending to them. If it's weekly, you divide their own 500 on a weekly basis and be sending to them. Not that you pay the whole money for them at the same time. No. As you are collecting money for the week, they too will be receiving their own money for the week. If they want monthly, the more as you are receiving your money for the week, you will. And another strategy that you use, that you will instruct them that you want the money to be paid to your account, while the receipt to be received by the chairman. So this is where I will be stopping. Till next video. I want you to share. Keep this video. I told you you'll be rich. To reach is very simple, my brother. I'm telling you, it's just a strategy. Use your brain. Look at this. Any person we no get shishi, you can achieve this. You too can do it, my brother. Don't belittle yourself. At the stage that you can realize 9 million. I will do a next video how you are going to make of that 9 million in 10 years time. God will help us. Bye bye for now.